Hi there. So this is going to be my last tutorial video for Lab 7, and I'm going to talk about how to calculate z-scores and interpret z-scores in SPSS. Okay? So like before, you'll want to make sure, let me share my screen here, that you are looking at that you have logged into the course website for this course, and that you are following along in the with the tutorial guide for z-scores in SPSS. So go ahead and download that file and make sure you're following along, and also make sure that you have the census file handy, because we're going to use that same file. Okay? So again, I'm going to go to applications and click on SPSS statistics and wait for it to load up. Okay, it's faster this time. I guess that's good. Okay, so again, it's going to take us to that familiar screen. So we're going to open again the census file. All right, so there is our census file that provides data on 360 individuals with 11 different variables that indicate various demographics, some of which are continuous variables shown with the scale icon, and some of which are nominal variables indicated with the 3 circles, or ordinal variables with the little bar graph there. Okay? So for this particular tutorial, what we're going to do is we're going to take our time spent online variable, and we're going to create corresponding z-scores for that data. Okay? So remember, I told you how much easier SPSS is. To get our z-scores, we're just going to click on Analyze and go all the way to, again, Descriptive Statistics, which should be familiar to you from my last video. And this time we're going to click Descriptive Statistics, Descriptives. Okay? And then all we have to do is find our variable that we want to generate the z-scores for, and that is time spent online. Okay, and to create the z-scores, all we're going to do is click this Save Standardized Values as Variables option, and we're going to click OK. Right? And right away you'll see that now we have an additional column, right? We have this new column that says Z Online. And that's going to, those are the z-scores that correspond to these values of X, right? So for example, we have this individual who spent 90 minutes online per day, and their corresponding z-score is 1.40, give or take. So again, what does this value mean, right? A z-score tells us the number of standard deviations that a given value of X is away from the mean, okay? And z-scores allow us to do all sorts of nifty things. They allow us to compare the relative position of a given score, even if we're comparing scores from different distributions. They allow us to estimate the probability of getting either a higher or lower score. Okay, So that's what we're gonna do today, is we're gonna do some percentile work, or we're gonna estimate some percentages. So let's take this individual who has spent 90 minutes online and has a z-score of 1.40. We're actually done in SPSS for this part. So I just want to show you, we do have some output. Whoops. We do have some output, but that output is not actually going to be helpful to us. All the output shows us is what we got last time in the last tutorial. So it shows us our sample, it shows us our minimum and maximum, our mean and standard deviation. So we don't actually need that, we already got that last time. So now we are done with SPSS. So what we're going to do is we're going to take out our Z distribution table, and we're going to find a z-score, a positive z-score of 1.40 on our distribution table, okay? So if you do that, if you find 1.4 on the the row for 1.4 on the Z column and 0.00 on the first column, you'll see that the probability associated with a score of a z-score of 1.40 is 0.9192. Okay, so what does that mean? Well, it means that 91.92%, right? So we want to convert that probability to a percent by multiplying it by 100, right? So what that means is that 91.92% have spent less time online than this individual, right? So 91.92% of the population, right, or of our 360 participants have spent less time online than 90 minutes, okay? And another way we could think about it is if we subtract 91.92, we get 8.08. And this is the percentage of people who have spent more time online than 90 minutes, right? So only 8.08% of the population have exceeded 90 minutes online per day, and 91.92% of our participants have spent fewer, either 90 minutes or below online. Okay, all right. So this was just a quick video, but that will show you how to generate z-scores and how to interpret them using the probabilities in your z distribution table. Okay. So I look forward to seeing all of you on Thursday in lab, and I hope you have a great week. All right, I'll talk to you later.